been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulder.
Hey guys, shalom, shalom, kings and queens, great rising to you, beautiful people. We are out here today in a nice, beautiful setting. Picked a nice park. I picked a nice park to make sure that I can feel the spirit within myself and to give you the best message I possibly can, because today I want to talk a little bit about guides on feeling and meeting your twin flame. Like, knowing that you just met that person that just is like putting you through waves of emotions that you just cannot explain and understand what's going on. So I want to start off with giving you 3 simple steps on how you can identify you meeting and joining with your twin flame. So I want to clarify that a twin flame and soulmates are definitely different things. They're different energies that you go through in your life, and you can, let's say, you can meet many soulmates. A soulmate can be like your mother. Your soulmate could be like your best friend, or grandparent, anyone that connects with you on another level that you just love so much and just genuinely can have a passionate relationship with. And as for your twin flame, you see, we got situations where your twin flame is really one of a kind, where you meet and you're in a point of time in your life where it's needed, this person is needed to, let's say, complete your spiritual growing, your spiritual growth, etc. You understand? So this twin flame is a beautiful connection, but it's also something to, you have to understand that you will be experiencing through life as every day that we go through. So my first notice of meeting your twin flame simply is noticing that they appear at like this out of like thin air. Like your twin flame appears out of thin air. It's basically during the time where you understand your spiritual growth and who you are as a spiritual being, of course, and you're elevating on frequencies where now you're connecting to the right directing person in your time, and let me clarify, like, you're attracting the right person during your journey at that moment. You get what I'm saying? So your twin flame comes into your life to continue on your journey to elevate your higher frequency. Just get it right into your high realm, right? So let's get to it. I basically feel as though at this moment I'm going through experience with a twin flame. So I'm going based off the experience. And the twin flame that I consider my partner, he came into my life out of thin air. I wasn't looking for this type of connection. I actually was very distant and disconnected from it, even though I consider myself, higher in spiritual feelings in my spiritual realm. I was more in tune with just my individuality, because I was going through a lot during the situation, you understand. So I had to take time and evaluate myself and where I needed to be and which direction I needed to go in. So that being said, when this situation happened, it was kind of like I had to pay attention. Like, it was no being distracted from it. It was no like, I can't be. Now I'm gonna have to edit. Like, it was no doubt in my mind that I couldn't ignore this connection between me and this person. So that being said, when I first encountered him, it was strictly on a God frequency. We was talking about God. We was telepathing back and forth about how we feel about things going on and what was going on through the pandemic and George Floyd, etc. And we just was feeling the earth's energy of sorrow, and it kind of like brought us together and made us speak about it. And then from there we kind of just it just, shot up. That's that roller coaster experience between twin flames. It just went up. We went off from there. And from that situation, we come into our second notice of how he was my twin flame based off of, based off the trials and tribulations that we were set forth into. You understand? We had not, it also was a beautiful experience between us having a good connection, etc. But it was also real life situations that we had to deal with between one another. We had lives that we were dealing with before we met. You understand, the past. So we had to situate that and get that taken care of. Understanding we still are, but it's more in tune because we're growing within each other based off our reflection. You understand that twin flames become a reflection to not to make us recognize who we are and how we are growing as people. Because in life, God has many ways of how he wants to show you which path he chooses. And at certain situations, you take upon yourself, like, okay, I'm going to do this and that. I have this plan. I'm going to do this and make sure my life is better for me and my family. And yes, you may have like a positive mindset for that idea, but God always has a better plan for you. And obviously, going through my spiritual growth, I knew like I had to make sacrifices, between what I planned to do and what God had planned for me. You see, and the beautiful thing, it's okay. The beautiful thing about the divine time and divine feelings of life is that it gives you many choices and many paths to choose. But we understand as our divine spiritual being that we have to choose God's path. And God's path is simply the narrow path. He speaks about this in the Bible. You choose a narrow path to know that we got a great... It's okay, Mama. You want to sit down? Sit down right here. Sit down right here. A point in life, we know that we have to choose a path. And the path that's been chosen is the path that God chooses for us. And we consider it a narrow path. Now you see, before I was woke, while I was in my sleep realm, I had times where I picked paths that looked more compelling. I was talking basically about having narrow roads and being influenced by other roads. So how God's plan is, he simply wants you to choose the narrow road because that's the plan that he planned for you. And we get distracted by these other roads that have beautiful things at the end, where we see, let's say, a path where it may have a pot of gold there. And we're going to use symbolism because that's me. I like metaphors. So it's a pot of gold at the end of this road. And let's say this pot of gold is really the most beautifulest man you ever met. Gorgeous, sexy, everything that you thought that you could imagine for. And you turn out like in the inside, it's ugly. You see, you take that look, you take that path because of looks, because of appearance. But what God has for you, it may be a little bit tougher. You see, this narrow path may be a little bit more tougher because you have to be more open and receptible to the others that are around you. Not everyone is for you. A lot of people are against you. And the main ones you need to be concerned about is the family, God's family, your brothers and sisters. They may not all be blood. As you may know, you're going through a path in life. You walk through a path in life where you have connections stronger than the parents that raised you. You have a connection with strangers that, you would think your brother or sister would help you in a situation, but it was a stranger. So you can't look at everyone as your enemy, but you do have to be conscious. And you do have to be mindful. Yes.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. And you do have to be mindful about who you surround yourself with company. And your twin flame is also it's to recognize your who you're becoming or who you're going to become, because challenges is a gift. challenges and being uncomfortable is a sign from God that He's with you, that He is showing you the outside influences and the outside forces, and He's gonna show you that are you strong enough now, my child? Like, are you strong enough now to really absorb and finally get everything that you have been manifesting? He's gonna prepare you. You understand? And you have to be very prepared, because everything is going to be thrown at you while you're growing your spiritual growth. I love you too, baby. And every time that you feel that urge where you feel like, oh man, this is hard, I want to give up, I don't want to do this no more, you just center yourself, be quiet in your own space, whether it's your home, your favorite place in a park, wherever, and just pray and ask God to give you the strength. So this is my piecing to you guys. Shalom. Enjoy the rest of your blessed day. I love you all, and I pray that you take these videos and that you apply what's good for you into your life, and what doesn't apply to you, throw it away, because that's my motive. I'm not going to use that what doesn't apply to me, but I sincerely care and want everything good for you in your life. So shalom, y'all. Till next time. We in New York. You hear that train going, right? We in New York. Recognize. Love you.